next storyteller is Tom Balf. What a wonderful guy. Tom, come on up here.
So this story begins as a graduate student up at UNH. My brother Todd is in New York City, and he has been working at Esquire magazine for about 6 months. And he calls me up in December, and he says, "My God, you wouldn't believe how much they get for Christmas trees down here in New York City. It's unbelievable." So I'm finishing up my exams in limnology, ecology. I'm making about $1,000 a semester as a graduate student, and I say, "Great, I'm going to make a killing. I'll be down next week." So I contact a friend of mine, his old college roommate, Steve Chinberg, a local. My wife Donna and I grab his truck. We head to the local Boy Scouts of America wholesale distribution facility. I walk in, they say, so what troop are you with? And I say, "Oh, I'm not in with any troop. I just want to buy 20 trees. Get the hell out of here." I go back. I'm devastated already. Donna and Steve are looking at me like the trip hasn't even hasn't even started yet, and it's off to a bad start. Steve says, "Hold on a second." He walks in within 5 minutes. Kids, their parents, everybody's loading trees, as many trees as we can get into the truck. I said, "What the hell? What'd you say?" He said, "I'm with the Boy Scouts." Wasn't that hard, Tom? So we get down to New York City. It's a Friday night. My brother Todd is going to an Esquire party in Midtown, their holiday party. We get there around 6:30. Unfortunately, it's about 55 degrees. It's wet, it's rainy, it's terrible. But we park our car in Midtown. We take out a couple of trees, and within 10 minutes, we've sold a tree for $75. The trees cost $15 a piece. You know, we are pumped. We are ready to go here. Unfortunately, over the next hour and a half, we didn't sell another single tree. And so, lo and behold, finally, Todd comes out of this party. Another friend emerges out of thin air. He's actually just come off the schooner Ernestina. He's walking the streets of New York, and there he is. And so we'll say, okay, this is a good vibe. We head back up to Todd's, where he's seen how much money can be made selling Christmas trees. Unfortunately, my brother Todd was living at Broadway and 99th. He would go out of his apartment, he would walk a block and a half, get on the subway, see a couple of people selling trees, and then go to work. We get up there, and as many of you probably know, there is somebody selling Christmas trees on every single block, on every single intersection. So here's a bunch of hobos with 20 trees in the back of a New Hampshire plated truck, ready to make their fortunes, and we can't get any space. And people are downright ugly. The store owners want money, big money for us to be in front. The competitors are annoyed at us. They don't want any competition. So we end up driving around the city for hours and hours and hours. But lo and behold, over the course of this time, there's a few beer stops. There's also somehow miraculously friends just start to arrive. And to this day, we have no idea who was there. People we thought were there claim they weren't. People that say they were there, we don't believe. But by the end of it, we have this truck with 19 trees in the back of it, and we have about 10 people lying in the back of a bunch of balsam firs riding around New York City. I mean, it is the manger, it is Starry, Starry Night. At some point, we go all the way down to downtown Manhattan, where there's a staging area for all the wholesalers. We plead with these guys at about 1 in the morning, please take our trees, give us $15, we're done with it, and they'll have nothing to do with it at all. So we head back. At 3 in the morning, we land back at West 99th. We say, Lord, these trees are in your hands. The neighborhood on West 99th is probably going to have a really great Christmas. We all pass out. Next morning, Donna and I wake up, head on over there about 9 o'clock in the morning, and lo and behold, we're only down to 18 trees. Only one tree has been taken. So this is an omen. This is an omen, right? So we start selling the trees. We get outside what appears to be a church, and it looks like this is going to be a great place. Suddenly people coming out of there in droves, tens, hundreds of people coming out. Unfortunately, we realize everybody's wearing a yarmulke. This is not where we're going to make the big sales, but lo and behold, everybody's happy, people are laughing, we sell a tree to a woman, we bring it over to her apartment, and we reconnoiter. Okay, what are we going to do? So we head up to 101st Street. It's a little bit of a lesser part of town. There's not so many tree sellers, and we put on our best show. We are singing, we are dancing, we are reciting Christmas carols, and it's a beautiful day, and within half an hour, there's a buzz. People love us. People love our prices because we've slashed our Christmas trees down to $25 a shot, and people love the trees. So within an hour, we're like the hub of this community. We're having a grand old time. People are buying the trees. Within an hour and a half, we only have one last tree remaining, and it's that Charlie Brown tree, right? My brother thinks that he's going to head home with it. I mean, it makes the trees at Ace or Building Center, those really cheap ones, look like the finest tree you could ever buy in Rockport or Gloucester. Suddenly this guy comes by and he says, "Oh my God, I gotta have that tree. It's great. I love it, but I don't have any money." He recites a poem for us. He's so pumped up. And we say, "Okay, you go get money and come on back. We're saving it for you." 15 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes. An hour later, finally he comes back. He's got the smile of a fifth grader with that Christmas present that he's been waiting for forever. He waves his money. We sell him the tree, and we're done. We've made enough money for one round of beer at the local pub, but more importantly, it has been a glorious, mighty, mighty day in which the simple act of selling Christmas trees allowed us to connect to the 8 million people of New York City.
Happy holidays, everybody.